How's it going, RVers? This is Eddie here in chilly Grand Rapids, Michigan. Right behind me is a brand new 2025 Renegade Vienna. This is going to be the 25 RMC floor plan. So you're going to see when we head inside, it's going to have the Murphy bed layout with a rear bathroom. This is going to be in the Geneva color scheme. So they do full body paint on their coaches, and you do have the cab over space up top. So there are two variations that you can get. Well, technically four, because you can option a dinette or a sofa on the inside, but you'll see that we have a dinette in there. But the cab over area is a customizable option where if you wanted to have a storage bay and a more aerodynamic cap on the front, you can order it that way. We just typically order ours with a cab over sleeping space just for a little bit of extra sleeping area, and then you can toss a ton of stuff over top, and it does look really sleek being that molded fiberglass as well. So you can see there's not any seams actually right up there in the front cap area that I think Renegade does really, really well. But on board, this is going to be the 3500 chassis. So it's a Mercedes Sprinter. It's going to have a high output turbo diesel that's actually a 4-cylinder now. They changed over in 2023. But this is going to have about 4,200 pounds of towing. So if you are going to be towing a small vehicle, you definitely can with a Renegade Vienna. But on board, you're going to have the Diamond Shield up front. So that is an option that they offer. It's gonna help with rock chips and stuff that could fling up when you're going down the highway. It's just a really thin piece of plastic that they're gonna have covering the paint just for your typical upkeep. LED lighting on board. This is gonna have all of Mercedes's chassis safety features, where you're going to have the adaptive cruise control, the lane assist, the brake assist as well. So that is already going to be on board. There are some manufacturers that use a little bit of a dulled down chassis where you're not going to have electric seats or anything. That is not what Renegade does, at least on this coach. On the outside, you're going to have a camera system as well that I can show you when we actually head in. But down here, it's a little bit of a larger coach. I mean, it's 25 feet, about 6 inches overall. So if you're not used to driving a larger vehicle, those cameras on the side could be really nice, because when you're cruising down the highway and you have a blind spot over on the right side, you can click on your right turn signal. It's going to show you your camera on the right side. If you want to change lanes into the left side, click it left, and it's going to show you what's on your left side blind spot. So I think that's really nice that Renegade does. And then you also have a backup camera that you can keep on while you're actually heading down the road, especially if you're towing a vehicle, so you can see everything behind you. On their door, you are going to have keyless entry. So if you're somebody that doesn't love keys and you don't like them jingling in your pocket, you are going to have a keyless entry, so you're able to get in and out without actually having keys on board. They do frameless windows, so you're not going to have the beetle streaking. It also looks super sleek. That's a little bit more of a luxury feel, just because this is not an entry-level coach. This is a luxury Class C motorhome. Opening this up, on all of their floor plans, they're going to have an outdoor entertainment space. So you do have a JBL soundbar and then your TV on the outside. So if you're somebody that likes to watch the Lions like us, you can hang out on your Sunday and watch the football game. LP Quick Connect is right here too, so if you wanted to bring along a little griddle or a little Blackstone, you are able to hook up right there underneath your entertainment space. So they do give you a little bit of an exterior entertainment / cooking option. Renegade is going to use the Truma AquaGo. This is the Comfort Plus model. What that means is the Truma AquaGo is going to be a tankless water heater, so you're going to have consistent hot water. The Comfort Plus version of this basically eliminates the need for a shower miser system. So it's going to have a cycling system within the water heater that will actually feed hot water to your faucets, so you have a lot less cold water sitting in your lines. So if you're someone that likes to conserve water or you're boondocking, you can flip on your shower and you're going to get hot water really quick. So that is definitely an overlooked feature, but it's really nice that they have that specific model of the AquaGo. Something Renegade does so well is their exterior baggage doors and exterior storage. So these baggage doors are made in-house. So these are on all of their coaches, all the way up to their Freightliner chassis and their custom built ones. They actually have a couple guys that do these in-house. That is their Their job role is they manufacture these by hand. You're going to have aluminum. They're insulated. They're slam latches. And then on the inside, you have like a composite material that is bolted in. So you can throw anything you need. You don't really need to worry about how much everything weighs when you toss it in there. Of course, there are limitations to an extent, but in here we do have slide locks that are given to you from Renegade if you wanted to put those in your slide out when you're going down the road when it's slid in. And then you do have your visors for up front for when you're sleeping if you want to toss your visors up front. But just they sound amazing. And they have these chrome slam latches. They will be lockable, except this one is not optioned with the enhanced lithium package. So it does have the lithium batteries on board, where the difference between those two I'll get into in an upcoming video when we talk about a FWC floor plan that we have here in stock that will have the full enhanced lithium package, where it does not have a generator anymore, but that'll be in an upcoming video. What this is gonna have is it does have the Onan 3600 watt or 3.6 kilowatt LP generator on board. So for when you're boondocking, you want to run your air conditioner, run everything else on board. You're also going to have a 2000 watt inverter. So if you were going to bring like a coffee pot or something, you can run that off the batteries. And this does have the lithium package. Now, the difference between the enhanced lithium package and the lithium package is on this coach, it's just going to have two 100 amp hour lithium batteries instead of just like your AGM batteries that come standard. So if you are boondocking, that'll help a little bit with it, but you're not going to be able to run the air conditioner or anything off those batteries. You'll just need to use the generator on board. But yeah, in an upcoming video, we'll talk about the full enhanced lithium package with Gen Delete, which is pretty sweet. So stay tuned. On the back, you're just gonna have your molded bumper. So if anybody were to rear end you, you can actually just replace this piece. You don't necessarily need to get into the actual fiberglass bodywork on the coach, but you do have the receiver back here for 4,200 pounds, 7-way wiring, and then your backup camera is up above with the boondocking capabilities. A standard on board on Renegade is a 330 watt solar panel already on the roof. So pairing that with a 2000 watt inverter and two 100 amp hour lithium batteries, even without that full upgraded lithium package, you still can do a lot of boondocking. Back here, another thing that Renegade kind of shines with is their wet bay. So all of those labels and stuff are all water jetted out. So over time, this is something that you're probably going to want to hold on to for 5, 10, however long, just because if you maintain it, it will upkeep with you. You don't want to have stickers in here that are going to be able to fall off. This is going to get wet. This is going to get moisture in there. So you want to have something that's going to withstand the test of time, which is pretty cool. So that is something that they do on all their coaches. And then you're going to have your dump tanks, your spigot. You do have your like sensors for your levels, and then for filling up your propane, because you do have a propane heater on board and your generator is going to run off of propane. They do have that fill here centralized in that wet bay, and then there is an emergency shutoff if you need it. But Renegade does that super well. Big slide out on board. This isn't the largest slide out that they do on the Renegade Viennas. That will be on the FWC, but this is pretty close to it. So you can see they do have those 3 racks. It is a Schwintek slide, but just because there is extra weight, it does have extra support. And then you are going to have a slide topper already on board for this, so that is not an additional cost when you get to the dealership. They're not really sending you down the road missing anything, which is pretty cool. But one other thing I just wanted to touch on out here is you can just see how clean their battery bay and their inverter is. So you are going to have a Xantrex 2000 watt inverter that's going to be housed out here in this storage bay. And then you do have your two 100 amp hour lithium batteries right here that are placed in that storage bay as well. If you didn't want to do that, your AGMs would also be out here. And if you get the full enhanced lithium package, we'll show you where those go. But this is not a storage area. This is just where a lot of your electrical system sits. But I just wanted to show you, just because it's underneath the slide out, and I wanted to keep that door open. But we're gonna head inside and we're gonna check out the floor plan of this 25 RMC. Okay, so here we are inside of the 2025 Renegade Vienna. This is the 25 RMC, so this is gonna be the Murphy bed floor plan with the cab over sleeping space. It's really bright in here. So this is one of their wood tones that they offer. They offer 3 different ones. This is the cashmere. It's gonna be like stained. It's white stained maple, and if you wanted to, you could also go with a really dark burnished sable, or they're kind of in between wood tone, which is lakewood, which is more of like a natural grain. But I just wanted to show you, this is the cashmere interior, and then paired with the Athens decor, so that gives you that darker gray upholstery. One thing I wanted to for sure show is the dinette actually made into a bed space, just because they do hide these cushions in a spot that not many people know is a storage area, and I'll show you that as we head towards the bed area in a minute. But this is the dream dinette that they have, which is going to have storage underneath here too, so if you wanted some extra storage bays, there are drawers already put in there. It's not like you have to lift up the cushion, but you are going to have solid surface countertops just like your kitchen space, but you'll see that a little bit better when we're over there. But I wanted to show you definitely the dinette collapse down, but it is a pretty comfortable sleeping space. But up here in the cab over area, you can slide over this part of the sleeping space and put the mattress down. But if you didn't want to reduce the risk of bumping your head, I would definitely leave it over while you're heading down the road, and you can throw some stuff up there for extra storage. But as we head up here, you're going to have leather seats, and then you are going to have the actual electric movable seats, so they're not just manual. They will both fully swivel around, so if you're going to have a few guests over and everybody wants to hang out in your new Renegade Vienna, you can do that. With your safety features, you can control like your adaptive cruise control on the steering wheel that you can see over here. So you can adjust how many vehicles you want in front of you and do your lane assistance stuff on there. You can set a bunch of the other ones over on your infotainment system as well. And then these seats are going to be heated too. The camera system that they do, you can see is up here. So there's not really much use in one of these for a rear view camera that's your typical one, or rear view mirror. So you'd just be looking at your slide in behind you. So they do the camera system up here. So when you are going down the road, usually people have it on the backup camera so you can see everything behind you, or if you're towing a vehicle. But like I said earlier in the video, when you change lanes, this will switch to whichever lane you are changing into, just to show you those blind spots. But just wanted to show you the cab area. If you're somebody like my wife who likes to have like a bunch of drinks in here, like you want a Gatorade, you want a coffee, you want a pop, everything, there are cup holders right here. There are cup holders in your doors. There are cup holders up here as well. So yeah, shout out her. You can never have too many drinks when you're heading down the road. But as we head over to the kitchen space, you can see a little bit more of your cabinetry work. So they are like solid wood. So Renegade does not skip. They do not use that like particle board when they're making their cabinets. With your cabinets, you are going to have soft close drawers, so then you can see the solid wood construction. And then they are dovetailed as well, which is pretty awesome. So something that's kind of cool in here is Renegade. They do a really nice color scheme on the outside, and they put a lot of time into it, and they want to make sure that you're not going to have imperfections and stuff. But they actually give you touch-up paint, which is really cool. So you can touch up whichever color you need to if you did have any damage or rock chips or something along those lines. So nice little thing that they do. And then that's just a soft close, which I think is really nice. On board, since we have the propane generator, this coach is going to rely a little bit more on propane rather than one that has the enhanced lithium package with Gen Delete. So one of the options that they do is a single burner induction cooktop. That is not on this coach. So since you are relying a little bit more on propane, we just went with the typical Dometic 2-burner that comes standard on board. But just wanted to show you that. So if you wanted to option it, you can do a induction cooktop, which is really cool, but it's definitely a little bit more prominent when you have those enhanced lithium package on board. Up here is just some extra storage space. And then a nice spice rack right here too, which is pretty cool. So if you're somebody like me that likes to cook, that is really nice. Samsung TV on board and another JBL sound system. And then you are going to have a solid surface sink cover, stainless steel sink with a chrome high-rise faucet too. Heading over to your entertainment, well, not entertainment, this is just like your control system. They utilize Firefly. Very responsive. You can turn on all your lights. You can put on a master light switch, and it'll turn on the ones that you had on when you turned it off, which is cool. So it's a little bit customizable. And then all of these ones that have the, let's try and find, there's the kitchen overhead. You can actually hold this down, and it will dim down the lights which is really cool. So if you look right there on the spice rack, you are actually dimming the lights, which I think is pretty sweet. So there are dimmers on board. You are going to have a 12-volt refrigerator, which pairs really well with solar that's on board, and then the lithium batteries. So this is a 12-volt fridge made by Norcold. Up above, you're going to have your convection microwave. So if you wanted to do a little bit of baking, you can do that in a convection microwave. So they already put that option on board, and it's not too tall, where some of these RVs put the microwave like so high that you can't reach a lot of stuff. So they put it right here above the fridge, which is pretty nice. And then you do have a slide out pantry space, which you can see the wood construction that you have on there. But Renegade, they really do not mess around when it comes to their interior quality and features. There's a little bit more storage down below. Now, I was talking about the extra cushions right there. So we actually had a customer that had no idea where those were and did not know that there's a hidden storage bay under here. So most RVs are just going to have like, oh, hey, you have a sofa that's going to collapse down into sleeping space or collapse down for your Murphy bed. Renegade actually puts another storage area underneath here. So it is both of your legs under here. So they're not recliners, but who would have thought that there was storage under there? So if you wanted to make up your dinette into a bed, those two smaller cushions on the dinette usually are stored in here. So if you're somebody that did not know that those were storage bays and you had no idea how to make that dinette, that is where they're stored. So just wanted to share that little tidbit. I will show some B-roll footage of us putting the mattress down. It is not an electric mattress, so like an electric like tilt or anything. So you just unhinge these two latches, and then you just fold down the sofa into a bed space, and it just pulls down, and when you're ready to put it back up, you can just put it right back up. But I will show B-roll footage towards the end of this video where you can see me doing that. As we head into the bathroom, this is one of the big draws of this floor plan, is if you want a little bit of a bigger bathroom space, this is it. You are going to have a huge like pantry space or wardrobe or linen closet that you'll have right here. We'll probably have some B-roll footage of that at the end too, just because it's kind of tough to fit in here. But you are going to have a medicine cabinet too, which is hidden away behind the mirror, because that just looks like it's flush against the wall. Solid surface countertops in the bathroom as well. Porcelain foot flush toilet. And then me stepping in here, I'm like 5'8", so even if you are 6 foot or taller, you will have enough room in here with a glass sliding door, and then a very nice finished off shower surround in here. So paired with the Truma AquaGo Comfort Plus water heater, you'll get some nice hot water right away. But this is a walkthrough on the brand new 2025 Renegade Vienna 25 RMC. So Murphy bed floor plan. Cabinets are cashmere. If you wanted to do a like high gloss on your cabinets, which does look really nice, I do recommend if you're going to do it on cashmere. But you can option that. This is the more matte finish. But they do offer that high gloss finish on those as well. And then this is going to have the Athens decor on board, which I think looks really good with the cashmere wood grain. But if you have any questions, you can reach out to us. This is Eddie at Veurink's RV Center. My number is 616-965-9625. I try to hit all of the major features on these, but there's definitely stuff that I missed. Like this is auto leveling. Didn't really think about that till just now. So if you have any questions, give us a shout. Happy to answer any questions you might have, or if you just want some more information. If you want pricing too, or up-to-date pricing, definitely reach out to us. Again, this is Veurink's RV Center in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We try to put out a good amount of content on Renegade Viennas and some of our other manufacturers. So stay tuned for the next video, which is going to be the enhanced lithium package on one of our other coaches. But thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.